These guys are obviously very good players. But let's analyze this hand and see if they played completely GTO or if they made any mistakes here. I took the closest ranges I could find for this spot and started out with this sizing scheme. I quickly found out that the big blind really likes to bet half pot on the flop. It's really the solver's choice. And the button likes to bet 1/3 on the flop. So I simplified the solution for them to only use these sizings. So we are going to assume that Wiktor is just going to half pot or check on this flop. He should still have a significant 40% checking range, and his combo should definitely check sometimes to balance all of that out. We see the button has a very easy float here. Very few raises overall. And looking at the EVs for his combo, we see that folding would be a massive $573 blunder. Now we see Wiktor check, even though King Queen is clearly strong enough to value bet. There's no reason to fear the 3, as he should only have Ace 3 suited here. As we can see, he still has a lot of give ups on this turn that don't have enough equity to barrel, along with a bunch of mediocre hands that prefer to just show down. This checking range clearly benefits from the support of stronger hands like King Queen. An added bonus is that a check here opens the door for a combo like King Jack suited to start bluffing, which we have completely drawing dead.
We can see that he should actually be quite selective with his king high bluffs here. It's not he can always just say, oh, I have very little showdown value, let's try to bluff him off an ace. It actually seems like a sort of pitfall spot where we could find ourselves over bluffing by the river. And of course, if the button would fall into this trap, checking more with the King Queen becomes quite a good deviation. So the button bets 30% on the turn, which is small enough that we should check raise a lot with King Queen here. However, King Queen with the King of Hearts makes for an excellent just call. The reason for that is obvious. We're blocking all those weaker King High backdoor flush draw type hands, where he would fold or mostly fold the hard variants on the flop, like King 10, King 9 and King 8. This means that with the King of Hearts, we're unblocking more of the button's King High hands he might be bluffing the turn with. Since we just mentioned that it's easy to overdo this with these King Highs, calling with this specific combo pure instead of mixing seems like an excellent deviation, perhaps one that Wiktor was making in this spot. We mentioned earlier that we could end up over bluffing on the river if we don't moderate our frequencies on the turn. But should we bluff this river with this combo according to GTO, at least some of the time? The answer is yes. We should actually bluff this one pure, just like pretty much every other King High. So both players played this hand GTO, though it's possible that Marius Gierse was always barreling his King Highs from the turn onwards, which would mean he was likely over bluffing by the river. If that's the case, Wiktor Malinowski may have caught on to it already and would always take this line with his combo. But all that is just speculation.